Welcome to another interesting episode of Table Talk with Lale on your favorite family and lifestyle urban radio station. And as usual, I have the amazing MJ here with me. Hello, MJ.
Hi, Lale.
Okay, and on this other side, I have Victor here in the studio. Victor, thank you very much for showing up today.
That was a pleasure.
All right. Anyways, on this episode of Table Talk with Lale, okay, so we'll be talking about what is next after service, what is next after graduating from college or university. Like we know, what are the common challenges faced by Nigerian graduates when transitioning from university to the workforce? Also, what advice would you give to Nigerian graduates who are struggling to find employment after graduation? You know, once you come out of school, you're like, what is next? What do I do? I saw a tweet from a guy on Twitter, and he was like, after NYSC like this, you know, go even know what you want to do again. That's why I can't think whether I go open police station one time. And it was quite funny, but then everybody could relate to it. Like, you have a lot of thoughts, and then depression sets in. You don't know where to head next. You don't know what to do. Are you going back to school for your master's? Are you starting a business? Are you job hunting? You know, you don't just know what to do. Are you going to move into content creating or whatnot? You don't know where to head. You don't know where life is going to take you from here. And that is a very big challenge I know most of us faced before we got to this point. I think I can say that actually. Okay, so I'll be asking today, yeah. What are the common challenges that core members, you know, they are likely to face? We should tell them this is what you're going to be facing because nobody told us. So we should tell them that this is how life is outside. It's not all rosy. Nobody's going to be giving you stipends anymore. No more pocket money. And this is it. You're going to be out in the employment market. You're going to be fighting for your space somewhere. So MJ, over to you. I don't know. I think you have something to say too.
All right. It's a very important topic, and it's something that affects a lot of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians, and not just Nigerians, because it's not just a Nigerian thing. It's a global thing. All over the world, you know, you go to school, and then when you're done with school, you have to face what people term real life. Even if school is part of real life, but they get to say, "Welcome to the real life." So there are a lot of challenges. You know, for many students, they go to school with their eyes and their ears shut to the rest of what's happening in life. You know, just focus on school. And then all too often they find out that when they're done with school, you know, they get stuck because there's no longer a schedule for you to follow. Yeah. There is no timetable, you know, so you have to figure things out yourself. You know, you have to get your life intact. And then you also have to look for a job because having finished your university studies or maybe your master's or whatever, you know, there is an expectation that the next step for you is to start earning money, start making a living for yourself. Yeah. And it's very difficult, especially in the country where I think the last time an audit was done, unemployment rate was at around 41%, with like 5 million Nigerians entering into the unemployment market every year. So you know that there is a big market for you to compete. So if you're applying for a job, you know there are at least maybe like 200 more people applying for the same job, and it's really tough out there. So some of the challenges that undergrads, or should I say young school leavers, face when they come out of school. And like I said, it's not just a Nigerian thing, it's a global thing.
Okay. Before I move to Victor, one of the challenges I think we face is you know, in the Western countries, you hear when a student is doing a part-time job and all that. So I think maybe somehow they have, you know, an idea about what it looks like getting a job and working. But over here in Nigeria, we're like, and when you ask somebody, I'm a student, so I'm not supposed to be doing anything. You don't expect me to say, I'm a student and I do this, or I'm a student and I work here. No, you don't expect to hear that from us. You just hear, I'm a student, so I'm not sure you're expecting me to say anything else or be working or doing anything. Although things are changing right now, I think we're getting to know more things and, you know, but you hear, I'm a student, and that is more like, okay, a student is a job. You're not supposed to be doing anything. You're just supposed to be relaxed. But that's not it, honestly. I wish I knew what I know now then. I don't think I would have been as relaxed as, you know, my school days.
I agree with
of
you.
Being a student, and so I don't have to do anything. I don't have to job hunt. I don't have to learn one or two. I don't have to start whatever I need to do now that I'm a student, that I have the time. and wait. So Victor, I don't know what you have to say to this.
All right. The reason why most Nigerians feel that being a student is a job, most Nigerian students, because, I mean, I'll use the word choked up in school. Okay, I'm quite familiar with this because I'm still in the system, and I don't usually have time for myself. I just have to go to school, and then you have back-to-back lectures, no time. So the system already is messed up, and it does not give you the opportunity to seek for jobs outside and pursue your dreams.
Just like the Westerners, where they have time for their part-time jobs, so you can earn.
Exactly. So that kind of limits you. In Nigeria, you just have to wait when you're in your 300 level or your 400 level, then they send you out for internship, and that's the only opportunity you have.
Get to
exactly. So during the holidays, I was here from November, December, and part of January, and that was the only time to come here. That was the only time I had to come here at Super FM. Now, I thought that during school, in between, I would be able to, come here regularly.
Yeah.
And, even if it's quite difficult, I would still make it. But I found out that I couldn't. I couldn't. Oh. So, the system is not, it does not give the students the opportunity to explore other opportunities and chase the dream. That's why many people see themselves as students
and then feel relaxed and just a student.
I agree with what Victor said. I agree with what you said as well. And when Victor is talking about the system, I'm here thinking it's not just the school system. The school system is really bad as it is. We do a lot of things that we should not be doing in school, and the students do not have a life outside of school, like Victor has said. But the market system as well, the employment system, does not even give you an opportunity to say that you want to work part-time. Not many people would accept a staff that works part-time. We do not have that system yet that pays you on an hourly basis, that where you can afford to say, okay, I spend 2 hours here and then I go to my school and face my studies for 8 hours. You're already spending every day in school. And if you go to get a job, they ask you that question: are you a student?
Yeah.
If you say yes, are you still actively in school? Are you a part-time student? So here you can have a full-time job and being a part-time student. You cannot be a full-time student and have a part-time job. It is very difficult here. So that's one of the reasons why you just have to focus on school if you're in school.
Yeah.
But one thing, if I would give an advice to anybody in school still listening, you know the system in which you found yourself. Nigeria as a country, the way the system works here. Like I said, when I went to school, I felt like there were a lot of unnecessary stuff I was learning. I was being forced to learn. But then I got to realize that it was because of the way the system is, because we just bungle up a lot of things in our minds, a lot of knowledge. They say no knowledge is a waste, so we want to get every knowledge we can. And most of the time when we graduate from school, we're not market ready.
Yeah.
You've gone to school, but you're not employable.
Yeah.
Because you do not have the required skills. You don't have the experience.
Exactly.
And our employers
and then you come out of school,
look for people with 10 years of experience.
Exactly. Where do you want me to get the experience from?
It's difficult for you to get a job. So if I would advise, like my dad told me before I got into school, he said, look for a skill, learn a skill, learn a craft, learn a trade, just have something. And I think that is something that really helped me, because before I got into school, I already started broadcasting, So it helped me. I was going to school, as difficult as it was, I spend my evenings in the studio, doing shows on TV, on radio, and then during the days I'm in school. So when I left school, I already had something. So it wasn't like I was just
fresh
standing like a deer in the headlights, not knowing where to go.
Yeah.
So my advice would be, look for something doing. If you want to go into fashion, learn fashion design. If you can learn maybe a soft skill with the way that the internet and technology is blowing here in Nigeria now, look for something to do just on the side, so that when you get out of school, you're not entirely jobless. You have something that you're doing while you're waiting for that your dream job, in quote.
Exactly. And I totally agree, because I remember in school when they'll tell us, okay, come for this, for association of this, public relation, advertising. And I know some of my classmates that went to those meetings. I'm talking about networking, actually, building your network right from school. It wasn't hard for her to get a job after we left school. because she has already built this network. She was already attending these associations and learning these things. But me on the other side, I was like, okay, I was chilled. I was like, come on now, this life, don't take it too serious. Why are you rushing things already? You were still in school. You know, when I'm done with school, I'll start attending everything. But look at her now and look at me now. You know, I'm not trying to say I'm not doing good for myself. I am, but see how far she's come. It wasn't hard for her to get a job because she started this whole thing already in school. Just like Merit has said, he was doing broadcasting already while he was still in school. And I think that was just, an icing on the cake for her because it made it so easy for her to get a job after school. Okay, guys, so I hope these tips helps you one way or the other. Until next time, it is still the Table Talk with Lale. And on this episode, we talked about what is next after service. Any other advice you have for us or for other people out there, you can drop it in the comment section down below. And thank you.
From zero to stardom, navigating instant fame and managing its impact. Table Talk with Lael, MJ, and Victor on the challenges of instant fame.